Hey guys, so in this video we're going to be sharing with you these tactics that got us to Division 1. These are probably the best tactics that we have used this year, and we recommend you use them if you want to become a Division 1 player too. So in order for us to keep producing videos like this, we do need your support, so make sure that you hit the like button, subscribe and turn on the notifications bell so that you know when we release that new content. So getting into what the formation is to start with, it is the 4-2-2. Now we absolutely love this formation. We have used this formation pretty much throughout the whole year. One of the reasons why we like this formation so much is because we are just so used to playing it. We've played this formation the whole year. We've played it a lot in previous FIFAs. We're just so confident with this formation, and that is one of the keys to being good with a formation. So one of the keys with formations, you have to make sure that you use the same formation consistently. You don't want to chop and change formations and change from one to another. You want to make sure there's one formation that you're always confident with, that you can always fall back on. And for us, it is that 4-2-2. Now these are the tactics that we have used to help us get to Division 1. Now we have tinkered these over the last couple of weeks. We have changed them. There are some weeks where we'll use something different. And at the moment, this is what is working for us. So defensive style, we play on balanced, and this is really kind of a constant for all of our formations. We think balanced is the best way to play. Press can work in some formations, but for this one, you need to keep it on balance. The defensive width, we find 45 works quite well. We prefer to have a much more compact midfield, and because of the way we defend, and we defend quite well in our certain way, we would rather there be width out wide. We'd rather our opponents stay out wide and have less space in the middle of the pitch. So we want to keep that midfield tight. Depth, we've settled on around about 60. This is probably the thing we've struggled with the most this year in the game, is there's some games where you feel like you need to be on 70, 75, and in other games you feel like you maybe need to be on a sort of 45, 50. We find 60 is a real good sweet spot for us. It allows us to still have a good defensive shape, but do what we do best and control the game. Most games we have 60+% of the ball, we have more of the chances, and this is just the right depth that works for us. Build-up play, again, we've gone for balance. Now, one thing that we did like a lot early on in the game was slow build-up. Now, this can work, especially in your final third. In your own half, slow build-up can be really, really effective. However, when you get into the final third, you have to play quickly, and that's one of the biggest things people struggle with. You have to play fast. You can't play slow and methodical and take your time. When you get into that final third, sort of 30 yards from your opponent goal, you have to play it really quick, and that's why we pair balance with direct passing. The balance makes sure that our team is always in a good position. So when we turn the ball over and we lose possession, our team is in a good position to get into a good defensive shape quickly. But the direct passing, when we get into the final third, means we have to play quick. We have to look for balls in behind. We can't dilly-dally. You've got to really play quickly if you want to be good in this FIFA. Offensive width as well, we've got for around about 65. You do need a little bit of width. Those wide cams do play a really important role in this formation. You do have to make sure they stay a little bit wider, but you have to make sure they're not too wide so that they're not involved at all, because they play a really crucial success role in this formation. And then players in the box, we've gone for 6. We find that's a really good number. It's a good sweet spot. We like corners on 3. We like to have that mixture of sometimes going short and whipping corners in as well. Especially if we go short, we want to make sure there are some players in the box. So when we play cutbacks, little crosses, whatever it may be, there's guys in there, and then free kicks we play on 1. So now before we continue, if you want us to make more videos like this, make sure that you hit the thumbs up button. And make sure you comment below right now with your questions and thoughts on what other formation videos you'd like us to cover going forwards. Of course, with the goalkeeper, we've got him on comes for crosses and sweeper keeper. That is pretty much a standard for us. We like to make sure that our keeper is always there. Generally, we do like to control our keeper a lot, whether that be for shot saving, whether that be for just bringing him out to sweep up passes, or sometimes bringing him out occasionally for corners, but not too far because people have figured out a way to score from corners. But we do like comes across and sweeper keeper. It really does help out that. In terms of the fullbacks, we've got Llorente and Mendy. Of course, the centre-backs as well have got to be on stay back while attacking. That's pretty much a no-brainer. And then the fullbacks as well, they really have to be on stay back while attacking. We just prefer this, especially because this year the power curve has really gone up very, very quickly. And there's a lot of people who've got a lot of high-level attackers and wingers already. We're starting to come up against a lot of Neymars recently as well. And one of the things is when you leave space, when these guys go forwards, you just get obliterated, especially by guys that are good, which you would expect. Good, they're really going to take you apart, so you really can't afford to just have your fullback up the pitch and just leave vacant space for Neymars and things like that. So you really have to have these guys on stay back while attacking. It really gives you a good shape and it makes you a lot better defensively. In terms of our two defensive midfielders, we actually use them pretty much just on balance. You can see Valverde and Goretzka, both on balanced defense, both on balanced attack, just on cover center. That's really the only important thing that they need to be doing, again, to make sure we've got that middle of the pitch nice and tight like we want. But we actually found when we used to use cut passing lanes a lot, and we turned this off to balanced defense, and we just found that our players were just in a better position. Sometimes they would go to try and cut a passing lane that just really wasn't there. Sometimes you need to be able to do it yourself, and that's really important with cutting passing lanes. You want to be able to do it yourself. When the AI does it, it will do it all the time, and sometimes it's just not on, and it can just pull them out of position unnecessarily. And we've got balanced attack because we just want to play a little bit more on the front foot, and like we said, we most of the time have around 60 to 65% of the ball, so we really dominate possession. So we don't really notice them being out of position. If you're someone who doesn't get that sort of possession and isn't that good at moving the ball around, you maybe want to balance this with maybe having the most defensive guy, one of them on stay back while attacking. But you need to make sure one of them's on balance at least, because then they can get forwards and link the play between the midfield and the forwards, because otherwise you have a really big disconnect and it can become really, really difficult to attack. In terms of the two wide cams, Sané and Dembele, again, they are pretty much just on basic. It's just on getting into the box. Again, when the other winger has the ball, make sure the other one gets in there if you want to cross it, or just if you're going to look for a cutback or whatever. It's just an extra body in the box, which is really, really important. Of course, with the 65 width, you need to mix it up. So sometimes they stay out wide, sometimes they don't. We decided to not use the free roam on this occasion. It's just not been working well for us in the last couple of weeks. So we turned it off. We just left it on stick to position, and we've been really tearing it up recently. So we decided to leave it as it was, and it's very, very effective at the moment. And then with the two strikers, Lewandowski and Ben Yedder, again, all we've done is just have them on stay central. And in terms of the attacking runs, we've left it on mixed. And this is really important because we don't have like the super high level players, although we've actually got Lewandowski, who's played 10 games for us recently. We've just packed him recently. He's got 24 goals in Rivals in 10 games, which is absolutely mad. But we find that just mixing the two attackers up, just having them on mix, sometimes they're going behind, sometimes they come short, sometimes they're the false nine, sometimes they're the target man. It just mixes it up really, really well. And it's just been working super, super well. We've been scoring a lot of goals. And just having those two work off each other, it really helps, we find, in two striker formations. If you have one guy that's got pace and one guy that's a bit more of a target man, just having that combination works really, really well. Now, Ben Yedder is not the quickest, but he has a little bit more pace than Lewandowski. Lewandowski can be that guy that sort of, the ball bounces off him, you know, the ball gets up to him, he can sort of hold people off, he can let Sané, he can let Dembele, he can let Ben Yedder run off. Goretzka gets forwards, he can link up, and it just makes it super, super easy to attack in this formation. So we absolutely love this formation. Of course, these tactics have been brilliant for us, taking us all the way up to Division 1. And it's just such a great formation. We don't really think there's anything wrong with this formation. It is just our favorite formation. We're so comfortable using it. And we recommend, if you want to know our best formation, this is it. And generally, this will stay in our bank of sort of like favorite 2 or 3 formations all year. We'll have this as a tactic. You can see it's our attacking tactic at the moment. This will stay on our game plan all year long because it's just such a good formation. And if you want to get to Division 1, we recommend you use this formation too. So as we said earlier in the video, if you want us to continue to make more detailed formation videos like this one, then we do need your support. So be sure to smash the like button, subscribe, and make sure you turn on the notifications bell so that you know when that new content is released. And if you want to ask us any questions at all, make sure you join our Discord down below, whether it's trading questions, gameplay questions, team questions, whatever it may be. Make sure you join the Discord down below. We've got loads of people that we are helping right now. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.